What is going on, guys? As you know, I've been a big advocate for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for a long time now. Make my first video on this channel early 2020, around $8,000. Right here you can see making videos throughout the cycle, played it very well, cashing out at nearly the top, reinvesting those assets into real estate, treating ourselves, traveling to El Salvador and throughout Central America for several months, traveling back to Canada during the bear market, restacking the bags, keeping you guys posted throughout the entire time. I'm buying Bitcoin here today at 25K. Here's why. Giving you the strategy and reasons why you should be buying all the way up to the all-time high, which we are sitting at right about now. And today in this video, I'm be giving you my current strategy going forward and what my strategy would be if I was just looking to enter this market right now. Not financial advice, of course, because everyone's situation is different based on, their risk tolerance, age, goals, etc., things like this, right? But I'm be giving you my personal strategy and you can do with that information as you like. And yes, guys, I'm taking a look at my notes here as we go along because I don't want to miss anything, so you have to excuse me for that, but this is very important, right? If you're still confused about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency today in 2024, what it is, what's the purpose, why is the price performing so well right now? First of all, subscribe to the channel, right? Because we're posting regular videos here, keeping you guys up to date on things. Follow me on Twitter at MilkSpicyTV and on all the platforms at MilkSpicyTV, right? For regular updates, posts about this market. And if you want to have a more personal, in-depth conversation, ask questions regularly, join our AfluTrade community on Discord. I'll put the link to this in the description to all these things so you guys can check that out and help you get to the next level of understanding this market. Now let's get into the strategy. First of all, it's important to recognize that I've been in this market for a while and I was able to stack a decent amount at significantly lower prices, putting me in a fairly comfortable position right now. So I have my main bag stored on a cold storage wallet offline that consists of about 20 to 25% of my total portfolio. That consists of mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink, right? Of that 25% of my total portfolio, about 50% of that is Bitcoin, about 25% ETH, 25% Chainlink, give or take, right? Now, that's what I consider my long-term bag, right? My bag that I am planning on holding through multiple cycles, many years to come, through bull and bear markets, unless there is, some type of emergency that I need the capital. Worst case scenario, I have to dig into that bag, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, right? The reason I have that long-term bag and I'm willing to hold it through multiple cycles is, in case we go super cycle, and holding that will prevent me from dumping my entire bag too early, so I'll always have exposure to the upside, right? Next, I have several other portfolios which I consider my short and medium term bags, right? These are coins that I'm holding on exchanges like Coinbase, Crypto.com. I got some on the Phantom Wallet, MetaMask, a couple other cold storage, things like that, right? These are my bags I'm looking to have a cash out strategy for in the coming months to the coming couple, year or more, right? This is to hedge myself against the downside and make sure that if we do go into a multi-year bear market, that I am, taking some off the table. I'm not walking away from this bull market with nothing, right? So that's about it, right? 20 to 25% in my long-term bags, 75 to 80% preparing for a cash out. That 75 to 80% I have split into, like I said, about 5, 6, 7 different portfolios, which includes Bitcoin, ETH, Chainlink, and several other altcoins. For example, Solana, Jupiter, Pyth, IMX, Akash, and many more, even some more risky plays, Pepe, Dog with Hat, some lower cap, altcoins, meme coins, stuff like that, right? And have mental spots in my head when I'm planning to cash out them one portfolio at a time, right? Ideally taking the high risk plays out first, but we're gonna have to see what's pumping and react to the market accordingly, right? I don't want to sell anything at a loss or that's not moving, right, unless that's the worst case scenario. Let me give you an example. if Bitcoin has another leg up from here, and say we go, near 80K or above 80K, I'm gonna be looking at taking about 10 to 15% off my total portfolio off the table, right? And I know what you're thinking, 80K, that's way too early, but realize that if I take 10 to 15% off the table, I still have 85 to 90% of my portfolio to let run. Now, what's important is what I'm gonna be doing with those profits when I cash out, right? Depending on how these altcoins perform is gonna determine how much money, how much capital I actually have to work with. But I'm gonna be looking to reinvest that into another asset class, right? The last thing that I wanna be doing is taking profits at 80K into fiat and then feeling FOMO and jumping back in at higher prices, right? So I'll be looking to reinvest into something like real estate, precious metals, stocks. Maybe I wanna treat myself with some more material things like jewelry, new clothes, new vehicles, stuff like that, right? It's going to depend on how much capital I'm actually working with, like I said, on how these altcoins perform when Bitcoin hits that level of around 80K, right? I hope you guys are following me here. Even after cashing out that 10 to 15% and reinvesting it into another asset class, I'm going to be continuing my regular DCA dollar cost averaging schedule because it's probably going to take me several months to reaccumulate that 10 to 15%, that I took out based off my monthly income, right? And my dollar cost averaging strategy, it's gonna take several months to get back to that, right? So I'm still taking some off the table, right? But as this bull market goes, it's hard to not get back into the market. You're always wanting to DCA and when things are pumping. So that's just kind of a hedge against that, right? And then I'm going to be continuing to take profits of about 10 to 20% at specific price levels, right? For example, the 0.618 is currently around 110, 120,000. So that's another area I'm going to be looking to take some off the table and continuing to DCA out at specific price levels, 150K, 200K, etc., right? This is putting me in a position to win regardless of what happens in this market. I may be cashing some out a little bit early, but even if Bitcoin goes to 500,000, I still have my long-term bags exposing me to the upside, and I'm gonna be doing very well with that, right? Obviously, if this market takes a turn to the downside in the short term, it's gonna be a buy the dip situation, continuing my dollar cost averaging strategy until we start going up again. But guys, basically what I'm saying here is I'm 100% in this market right now. I have no cash left over on the side. I'm completely comfortable with that. I have a comfortable amount, that's going to allow me to cover expenses. And, I even have a line of credit here that's pretty much untouched in case of, some kind of emergency or black swan flash crash. I may be even looking to lump some of that in. But I also have my monthly income that keeps me comfortable, but other than that, I really don't want to be holding too much cash right now, right? I have obviously some other investments such as real estate, precious metals, some luxury goods, things like that, right? But I'm not keeping any cash in my bank right now, guys. Cash is trash, and it always has been. The US government just printed $1.2 trillion out of nothing, guys. If you're holding cash in your bank account right now, that should be very upsetting to you, you know what I mean? You're saving up this money and they're just printing it out of nowhere, okay? We've reached the looting stage of the empire decline, right? Where the elected officials are just stealing as much money as they possibly can before the entire thing collapses. So that's generally my strategy going forward here. I'm trying to stick to it as hard as that might be with emotions and everything like that when, things really get moving. As far as my total portfolio, I'd say I'm about 30 to 35% Bitcoin, 65 to 70% altcoins. I'd like to bring that Bitcoin percentage up actually a little bit right now. Only reason the altcoins are so high is because my picks have been performing so well. As far as my altcoin portfolio, that's probably for a different video. I'll do a full breakdown, so subscribe to the channel. Also join the Discord because we talk about that kind of stuff all the time. I made a video about 2 months back of a $3,500 portfolio. It did very well, nearly doubled in about 2 months. It was up to $6,000, before 2 months even. But I recently did a little bit of a rotation and I talked about that in the Discord, so make sure you join that. If you want to keep up to date with things, that's typically where I'm dropping the alpha first, so, there you go. Check me out on Twitter as well. I just started that up, very bullish on the Twitter. As far as if I was just entering this market right now, I'd be looking to enter decent, lump sum in right now, getting exposure right away, not waiting for lower prices, but be prepared for lower prices, right? Plan out a DCA strategy so that if this market is chopping lower, that you have, more capital to get in and lower those prices in. If you're just new to crypto, you should be starting with Bitcoin, and you should be looking at a 4 to 5 year time period where you're going to have your ROI, right? Don't go all in today and be expecting to be in profit right away, looking at what's going on Twitter, all these people making fast money and stuff like that, right? Have a long-term plan when you're just entering this market. Be prepared to stack more sats if we dip lower, right? 50% corrections can occur in this market very easily, right? But long term, we stay bullish, right? Study the tech, and once you understand, the tech of Bitcoin, then you can start looking at altcoins and other things like that. But yeah, guys, this is, this vid's getting kind of long here, so I'm going to wrap it up here. That's pretty much my strategy going forward. I hope that gives you an idea of what you should be doing if you're just entering this market, and I hope I'm clear about my strategy. Like I said, let's, discuss further, go deeper. We can talk on Discord. Follow me on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, at MilkSpicyTV, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm hopping in the pool because it is so hot right now.